Going on, y'all? It's your main man 5, and I'm back with another banger for y'all. So this is a highly requested one that I've been seeing for months now. So you read the title, and you know today is gonna be my very first time checking out a band called Tool. One that I saw constantly repeated in the comments is a song called Pneuma. So I figured today would be a good time to check out the official audio, get to read the lyrics, break it down a little bit, and see what the hype is. Because I've been seeing a lot of you guys recommend check out Tool if you like Pink Floyd, or if you like Led Zeppelin, or if you like this, or you really love Tool. Check Cool. So today I'm here. Let's do it. I'm not even going to talk too much. I'm just excited to hop right into it and see if I agree with y'all musical taste again, or if y'all just running me on a wild goose chase. All right, let's do it. Love the details. Before the lyrics start going, the only thing I do want to say is that I love how unorthodox the time signatures are. I like that it's so uniquely off pace and on pace at the same time that I can tell that it's gonna go for like a real dynamic sound. So I'm excited to hear what the song is going to detail, because just based off of the unorthodox instrumentation in the beginning, it's already giving the energy that is about to take me on a journey. So that makes me excited to hear stuff like that. Sorry, I nerd out every now and again when it comes to music, man.
We are the spirit, bound to this flesh. We go around, 1 foot nailed down. We're bound to reach out and beyond this flesh. Become Pneuma. We are will and wonder about you. Recall, remember. One breath, one word. One spark, sun becoming.
Come on, details. Hit that bass. Go. Okay, hold on. Okay. Okay. I'd have been in the studio kicking it when they was playing this shit right here. Okay. Okay. They destroyed this shit. They got me sweating, man. You know, it's funny because as much as I was getting a kick out of just dancing and having fun to the vibrations of the music, I have a lot of shit to say. So let's get into it. First off, what I really love is the details and how detail oriented that this band is with the instrumentation and the way that they choose to go about constructing the flow of the song. I like that it takes its own particular journey apart from the lyrics. Now, just listening to them using specific words and things like wake up, remember, we are born of one breath, one word. We are all one spark, eyes full of wonder. I like the fact that the lyrics in itself are trying to promote like a sense of unity. It starts the song saying we are spirit bound to this flesh. Go, all right. What the vibe of the song is really giving me is that it's really just, hold on, actually, let me look up what the hell Pneuma means. Because I can guarantee it has something to do with like Pneuma is probably a word from another country or Pneuma. Hold on. Pneuma is the vital spirit, soul, or creative force of a person. All right, I'm cooking. Let me cook. All right. It's given the energy that by using lyrics in the beginning, like we are a spirit bound to this flesh, it's just talking about like the connection between we go around 1 foot nail down beyond is really just talking about the way that our spirits are bound to our physical bodies and the way that they're like separate entities. Like, you know, whether you're raised religious or just have a profound understanding of how the universe works through you and the way that it manages the dynamics of your spiritual force and things of that nature. I like that this song is really just speaking of the spirit and the body being two separate entities, and your spirit being the core of who you are as a person, and the fact that everybody in the world, even though the world, the media, the propaganda, they all try to force division between us as people, is really letting us know that at the core, we're all spiritual beings, and at the core, we're all one. We all come from one higher source. We all come from one interconnected sense of being. My father-in-law actually wrote a book that was talking about this exact same thing. When it's like a bad day for the, I forget what the phrase was, but like a bad day for the ego is a good day for you as a person, if that makes sense. It's a good day to grow, rather. A bad day for the ego is a good day for you to grow as a person. So like when you step outside of the fact that they try to sow so much division into the world, you step back and realize that we're all spiritual beings and we're all interconnected through the energies, through experiences, through where we come from the higher source that created us all to be one and be united. This song just feels like listening to it's like getting high and listening to the Beatles. It's like all you need is love. You know what I'm saying? Like one of those songs where you sit back and you stop and think like, okay, regardless of me not liking minute details about somebody, because realistically, you'll never like every aspect of anybody, whether it's your spouse or your children. Everybody has something that is a pet peeve of yours that they do, but you have to surround yourself with people that you're willing to put up with their shit. That's how your ego tells you that we should just isolate ourselves, step back, focus on us, and only connect with a few people. But if we really put our pride to the side and realize that we all come from one source, one light, we all come from one united being, our interconnectedness is a lot more in-depth than we give it credit for. If people actually took the time to stop, take a breath, and have actual conversation, which is something that's very unpopular and taboo nowadays, having social interactions where people really just talk and get to know one another is taboo now, and I find that very strange. Any conversation that I've ever had with somebody that can be literally 3 times my age. I think of like Jeff, or I think of, first of all, shout out to Mike for suggesting this song. That's something I forgot. Shout out to you, Mike, for suggesting this. He was a drummer when he was younger, and he was telling me about how the time signatures of this song always threw him for a loop. So he's the reason why I'm checking this one. Shout out to you. But talking to Mike, he's in his 50s, or Jeff is in his 50s. Talking to Eugene, that you guys know a lot because of the Pink Floyd reactions. He's 60 years old. I step back and I'm able to have conversations with people that have lived substantially more experienced lives than I have in terms of their age. It's like I'm still able to find resonance and understanding. I'm still able to learn from those people because I put my pride to the side and recognize that I can learn from these people. They have had experiences that could help me avoid some of the roadblocks that they may have been through. Even though, you know, most of the people I'm speaking of, they may be white guys, and I'm a younger 20-something and a black guy from Philadelphia. When I have a conversation with them, I'm able to strip myself of what my preconceived notions are and just recognize that we're all experiencing life at the same paths. We all have roadblocks. We all go through trauma. We all have stories to tell. We all are going through day-to-day problems as individuals with our relationships, with our family members. The biggest thing that we all have in common is pain, and our experiences to grow and learn through them if we allow ourselves to not just lean on our own understanding, but lean on a higher sense of faith, and also have conversation with the next man and show love and compassion towards them. Because you'd be surprised what a good conversation can show you about your own life in a way that just a little shift of perspective can help. So this song just really feels like a big one about unity and trusting the fact that at a spiritual level, we're all one. We all need to love each other, treat each other better, and life will be a lot more affluent. We have a lot more peace, happiness, less war, less poverty. We have a lot less societal issues that are so promoted towards us, but caused by the governments and the hierarchies and the division that we're allowing them to sow between us as individuals. If we step away from all of that and pull the veil from over our eyes, we can see the bigger picture and understand that we're all just spiritual beings that are meant to intermingle and help each other along this path. Life is a hard journey, and you're gonna get fucked up through it. Nobody makes it through life unscathed. Even if it's smaller level compared to somebody else's big level, all of our pain is valid and all of our feelings towards them are valid. So I just like that this is a song about unity, love, compassion, understanding, and just accepting that we need to love each other, all packed in a real fucking funky beat. I love the fact that they took the time to really not just detail that in lyrical format, but also a lot of music to take you through like what feels like a spiritual journey. You just sitting back and having conversation with yourself the way that I just had with you guys. Going through your own mental Rolodex and thinking of all of the experiences you had and how you could have dealt with them differently, how you could have did something better, how you could have allowed yourself to be more affluent and seek your full potential if you didn't hold yourself back because of the fear of yourself, the fear of social interactions, and the fear of being burned by the people around you. At the end of the day, you got to embrace every aspect of life as it comes, whether that's the good times, the pain, the hurt, the hatred. You got to allow it all to happen. That way you can learn from it and progress forward and become a better person, not just for yourself, but for the community around you. Something that I learned growing up in the church, my grandmother used to always say, everything that you go through isn't for you. The things that you go through is God's way of giving you experiences to teach to the next person, giving you the tools to help somebody along their journey so that they can make it a little bit more easy than you had to deal with. If you take your pain and selfishly hold it like you're unique for going through trauma, you're not serving your higher purpose. Your higher purpose is to lift the next person up and make them feel seen, make them feel understood, make them feel appreciated for being exactly who they are, letting them know that even though they fell down, they still have the ability to get up if they choose to. That's what we go through what the fuck we go through for. But I'm off my soapbox. If you enjoyed this video and you like the way I broke down Tool for the very first time, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Turn on your post notification bell so you can stay in tune every time I drop another banger like this, specifically more Tool videos. Give me some details down below on the band. Tell me who's in it. Tell me who's doing what. Tell me who writes. Tell me who plays the music. Tell me everything. Tell me everything. And more importantly than that, give me some more recommendations on some good Tool songs. If you get this video to at least 1,000 likes, I'll check out another Tool song. Show me that y'all really want to see it. We've been growing very strong. We literally doubled this family in the last month. We went from around 7,000 to now over 15. So I very much so appreciate all of the love and traction that you guys have been causing us to get thrown into that algorithm. That means the world that y'all think that this channel deserves to grow to those levels where we can have more positive influence and more conversation about mental health on a larger scale. So much love and appreciation. 1,000 likes for the next Tool video though. I could go into a lot about this cover art as well, but I'm gonna save that for if we do another one. I love that it's showing like the scales and the anatomy of a snake, and I like how the story of the serpent ties into like the spiritual telling when you read in the Bible, and the serpent conflicting and corrupting man and making him estranged from God, and how this serpent goes into the division between. I could really go into a spill about that. The serpent being the division between man and God, and ultimately causing a division between us and people. When Adam and Eve went through what they went through, they had their sons. One of their sons killed his brother out of jealousy, which is one of the deadly sins. And how that all started from being manipulated and corrupted by the serpent. I could really go into this a lot. If y'all want to see more Tool, make sure y'all get this to 1,000 likes. QR code to the Patreon right here. Shout out to all of our beautiful patrons for your continued support. That's been growing very rapidly, and we love and appreciate the fact that you guys feel just so kind to support us in that way and help us continue to elevate and make more quality content as we continue to grow. Much love to our YouTube family for also supporting us and transferring over. There's a lot of room, and if you want to see early access content, some exclusives that may never make it to YouTube, make sure you scan this QR code. As always, this video and ones like it will always be streaming early over on Patreon. So if you're impatient, or let's say our YouTube community doesn't get this to the 1,000 likes that we would need to do to put up another video, but if we transfer enough of you guys over to Patreon, and it's something that I put polls out over there, and you guys still want to see more Tool, we'll still get it done. Just because one of our families doesn't want to see it doesn't mean we can't all appreciate it and enjoy the art together. So that's just a perk of being over there. So make sure you go check it out. Last thing I want to say, we keep the email in our description box down below. We've been extending our hand to pay it forward for all up and coming artists. If you make film, make music, whether you paint, photography, whatever art form you do, if you like the way we break down art on this channel and you would like to hear us talk more about you guys' art and go in depth and dissect some of you guys' stuff, just to hear a little bit of our perspective, reach out to us via email so we can figure out what we can do. I know what it feels like to be an up and coming artist, and I understand that the best talent is always on its way up. So never be discouraged, keep fighting, and make sure you reach out via email so we can figure out what it is we can do to support you guys the same way you've been supporting us. Much love always. But until next time, I go by the name of Five, and that's all I got to say. Peace.
How does this go? You wanna know? You've never been here before. Go with the flow.